friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. As I told y'all are not gonna have to wait that long for a new video. So today I will be showing you how to achieve this curly, voluminous braid out look on low porosity, medium length 4C hair, which is my hair. And yeah, continue watching to see how I achieve this look. I hope that it's helpful. Feel free to drop like comments down below. What's been your experience, the products that you use. And this has been my updated curly fro routine that I've been doing as of late, and I like it. And another thing that is a little different, I changed the side that I part my hair because it's healthier to do that with your hair every now and then. Because the side that you part it on, that's sometimes where you're putting like the edge control on, it's probably shedding a little bit more than the other side. So it's good to alternate it every now and then. So this is still relatively new to me, but it has been like a couple of months. So yeah, continue watching to see how I achieve this look. Starting off on a 3-day-old braid out, I believe. Braid outs are a lot more fluffy and a little less defined than twist outs, at least on my 4C hair. So that's why it looks like this. It's also winter time, or it's fall in Boston, which feels like winter. And my hair does not like the cold, so it's likely going into hibernation very soon. So this is what it looks like. This part is kind of stretched, but still like super shrunken. It feels dry, which is why I'm like, yeah, my hair needs to be put away. The back looks matted. So I'm going to take a second to separate it into sections. And then as per usual, the products that I will be using are Dax Pomade, the vegetable oil one. I will also be using some raw African shea butter. I got this from Amazon. Some very warm water. So it's hot water, but when you spray it out, it comes out as warm. And my wide tooth comb and some scrunchies to separate my hair. Ooh, it is, like I said, very matted. But yeah, I'm gonna separate it and then hop right into it. I'll show you like what the back looks like the detangling and braiding one up. So I typically braid the roots and then twist the bottom. And then I'll show you guys what the front looks like as well. Detangling is going to be quite a process. So I didn't even really separate it. I just kind of got it out the way. And I will make this back section into 2 separate braids. So I'll put a scrunchie on the little part that I won't be using yet. So yeah, but I tell you, super shrunken and dry, so we need to fix that. The way that I go about doing that is adding some Dax Pomade to my fingers. You kind of put the amount that feels appropriate to you. And I really kind of use the Dax Pomade to grease my scalp, but also start to detangle, kind of like finger detangling, if that makes sense. But I'm not really pulling yet until I add water. So I try to get the grease all in the roots. And then I like to add some shea butter. This is how much I'm putting pretty much each scoop. And I like to really focus on the ends of my hair with the shea butter. So I use the grease mostly on my scalp and the shea butter on the ends. And really want to make sure it's like moisturized. Then I'm going to hydrate my hair because it's like dying of lack of hydration. And I typically like to focus more so on the ends at first. And then as I'm adding water, I'm also separating it out because I have 4C low porosity hair. Making sure that the hair actually really gets into the parts that I separate is super important. So I'm spraying some water into my hand. The reason that I don't spray it directly onto my hair, so my hair shrinks, and I don't want too much water. Okay, great. I kind of just want just enough. And putting it into my hands first I like the outcome better. So when I feel like it has enough water, which I feel like it does, add a little bit more shea butter to the ends, and then we're gonna comb through. So my hair will likely shed a bit, but doing this will allow there to be less shedding and breakage. Oop. So starting from the end and working my way up to the roots. So if you've watched some of my old hair videos, I went from like being obsessed with braid outs, then not braid outs. I never was obsessed with braid outs. Bantu knot outs, then twist outs and flat twists. And kind of more recently, randomly, I got into braid outs. I just randomly was like, let me try it. Let's see what happens with my hair. I know in the past, I didn't like braid outs on my hair at all. I'm just adding some shea butter to the roots, especially like the peasies in the back. I'm gonna try to soften those. But yeah, I did this method. The reason why, you'll see what I'm talking about. The reason why I do it like this, I don't want it to feel too tight on my scalp. And I like the way the stretch comes out when I do this. So we all know how to braid. Well, most of us do. This video isn't teaching how to braid though. It's just showing my braid out process. So I leave some space between the roots and the actual braid. So as you see, like I'm not starting from here to start braiding because I just like the stretched look that it gives and the fluffiness. Yeah, the middle of my hair is less dense than the rest of my hair, which I talk about often. So before I get into that, let me tell you what I'm doing. So I'm adding some shea butter to the ends. I'm gonna add some water, then detangle. And afterwards, for the end, I twist it because I feel like that will help with less breakage or lack of breakage when I take it down. But what was I saying prior to this? Completely lost my train of thought. I was talking about braid outs. Wow, I forgot what I was about to say. I guess maybe I was talking about leaving it away from my roots. Oh, the middle of my hair being less dense than the rest of my hair. So yeah, the middle of my hair is the shortest part and it's also just less dense. It also gets more matted more easily, more tangled. So because of that, I really focus on detangling the middle of my hair. So instead of like braiding it farther away from the root like the way I do with the rest of my hair, for the middle two pieces, I will actually braid it from the root because I feel like that helps with the detangling, but I don't really have much of that issue throughout the rest of my hair. So this is what my little braid looks like with the twist at the end. And I'll show you again what that looks like when I get towards the front. So I forgot to mention, so if you have low porosity 4C hair especially, you really want your ends to stay as moisturized as possible and detangled as possible. So that's why at the end I was really like twisting this, adding water and shea butter, and then just like making that coil look pretty because you do want it to have that little curly look when you take it down. So this is what it looks like. Hopefully you can see it up close. But yeah, that's to like help the end retain as much moisture as possible. Hey, we are finally to the front of the hair. I'll quickly show you what everything is looking like. If you remember, these braids I said are like closer to the root than the others. Yeah, so this is what my hair is looking like. I'm about to do this last braid and go shower, eat, and go to bed. So I'm gonna oil my scalp. And then as I'm separating, I'm gonna oil the scalp. So this helps to like start the detangle process. Okay. Gonna add some to the ends. Gonna start to add some shea butter to the ends. Then I'm gonna add water. Spraying water onto my hands. Remember when I first started, I was like, oh, the water should be warm. Now the water is definitely cold. But I didn't feel like getting up. I'm gonna add some shea butter. And definitely add more to the ends. And then start to comb out. Starting from the ends. And then working my way up. Okay. So before I braid it, I like to add a bit more of the shea butter and grease to my fingers. And then, as I said, I feel like it helps with the stretch when I kind of don't start the braid as close to the roots. Then at the end, I will twist it. I'm adding water and product to help with hydration and moisture at the ends. Then I'm gonna twist it down. Gonna make sure that coil is nice and curled, nice slip. Okay, and this is it. I will be putting my silk or satin bonnet on shortly. Yeah, this is what it's looking like. So it is currently Thursday evening. I do plan on going to church on Saturday morning, so I will likely take down my hair then, and hopefully then I should look all pretty to show you guys the final look. Yeah, find the water in the back. I'm about to hop in the shower. But I did want to come back just to show you how juicy the braids look, which is a good thing. We want that. And I also wanted to show you guys the satin bonnet that I'm using. So I got this from Amazon. I could put it in the description. And it's great for like longer hairstyles, shorter hairstyles. I like it a lot. I also like, I'll show you what I like about it. So like say when you're hopping in the shower, I actually have a shower cap that's similar to this as well, that has a similar function that I got from Target, but it can clip in the front, which I think is super cool. So yeah, now it's time for me to dodo and rest. Hi guys, so it is a day and a half later, and I put some Dax pomade on my hand to like, you know, make sure that as I'm taking out. There's minimal breakage. My hair is definitely dry now. And I'll just show you how I take out the first one. So I take my time to like really unravel. And the cool thing about braid outs, they're already spread out. So I just take some time to like really spread it because I like a lot of volume in my hair. So I just spread it out like this. And I'm gonna do that all throughout my head. Then I will take my pick comb and just like fluff it out. So I'll show you guys how it comes out at the end. And then I also like using the Edge Booster Style Factor. This scent is Acacia. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but this is my favorite scent. So I'll put it right here. And then I'll be back to show you guys the final look. Okay, so this is the final look. I really like it. My hair is definitely a bit more on the shrunken side, but that's perfectly okay. I like the volume. I'm liking the definition. I definitely fluffed out my fro a lot. As you probably could tell by how I took out the first one, I already started to like separate out the strands. But like I said, I like volume on my hair. But this is the outcome and it's super cute. Yeah. I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that this has been helpful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you doing? If you like my content, subscribe, comment, like, share, all of the above. And I appreciate you guys, and I will be seeing you again soon. Bye.